You think you can multitask? Spoiler alert, you can't. And science has receipts. Whether you're texting while walking, flipping between Zoom tabs, or trying to write an essay with YouTube playing in the background, your brain is silently panicking. You just don't notice. We've all been told that multitasking is a superpower, that if you can juggle 5 things at once, you're efficient, productive, maybe even a genius. But the truth? Multitasking is mostly an illusion, and your brain isn't built for it. In this video, we're going to break down exactly why you can't multitask, how your brain actually handles attention, and what the consequences are when you try to ignore that fact. Let's start by killing the myth. Part 1. The myth of multitasking. Most of us assume multitasking just means doing 2 things at the same time, like listening to a podcast while driving or answering emails during a meeting. But cognitive scientists have a different term for it: task switching. Your brain isn't performing both tasks simultaneously, it's flipping back and forth between them. Quickly, sure, but not seamlessly. And every time your brain switches tasks, it has to press a kind of mental reset button. It pauses, reorients, and reloads the context for the new task. This delay might only take a fraction of a second, but it adds up fast, especially when the tasks are complex or require different types of thinking. So what feels like multitasking is really just rapid-fire task juggling, and it's incredibly inefficient. Part 2. Brain switching costs are real. Here's where things get serious. In studies conducted by psychologists like David Meyer at the University of Michigan, researchers found that frequent task switching can reduce productivity by up to 40%. That's almost half your working brain power. Gone. Even more frustrating? You don't notice it happening. You feel like you're being productive, but in reality, you're just exhausting your brain and getting less done. This is what scientists call the switch cost, the time and mental effort it takes to shift from one task to another. Every time you switch, your brain experiences a little drop in performance and an increase in cognitive load. So even something as innocent as checking your phone while writing an email forces your brain to pause, switch gears, and then refocus, all of which drains energy. It's like trying to write a novel while someone keeps ringing your doorbell.
Part 3. Proof in experiments. Don't just take my word for it. Let's look at the data. One classic example is the Stroop Test. In it, you're asked to say the color a word is written in, not the word itself. So if the word green is written in red ink, your brain has to suppress the automatic reading response to focus on the color. Most people struggle with this. Why? Because the brain has to process 2 competing bits of information at once, something it's really bad at. Another famous example is the invisible gorilla experiment. Participants were asked to count how many times players in white shirts passed a basketball. In the middle of the video, a person in a full gorilla costume walks across the screen, beats their chest, and walks off. Half the viewers didn't even see the gorilla. Why? Because their attention was so focused on counting passes, they completely filtered out the unexpected. This is called inattentional blindness, and it shows just how narrow our focus really is. So, even when we think we're aware of everything going on, we're actually filtering out huge amounts of information without realizing it. Part 4. Real-life consequences. Let's bring this down to earth. What happens when we ignore this science? Let's start with driving. Texting while driving increases your risk of crashing by up to 23 times. It's basically the same as driving drunk, according to studies by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Why? Because your brain literally cannot handle both tasks at once. And it's not just about safety. In the workplace, constant interruptions, from Slack notifications, emails, social media pings, can eat up to 6 hours of your day. 6 hours! Even students aren't spared. In classroom studies, Students who texted during lectures scored significantly lower on tests, even if they claim to understand the material. It doesn't matter if you think you're good at multitasking. Statistically, you're not. Almost no one is. In fact, researchers say only around 2.5% of people qualify as supertaskers, those rare unicorns who can handle multiple streams of information with minimal performance drop. The rest of us? We're just fooling ourselves.
Part 5. Why this happens, cognitive load theory. So why is multitasking so hard, even when it feels easy? Enter cognitive load theory. The basic idea is this. Your brain only has so much working memory available at any given time. And when you exceed that limit, by juggling multiple tasks or dealing with distractions, performance drops across the board. Your brain becomes slower, you make more mistakes, you forget things. It's like trying to pour a gallon of water into a pint glass. No matter how hard you try, you can't fit it all. When we multitask, we're cramming way too much into our mental pint glass, and we spill a lot more than we realize. Part 6. What to do instead. Okay, so you can't multitask. Now what? Here's the good news. Your brain is amazing at focusing when you let it. Try monotasking. That's doing one thing at a time, deeply, and with intention. It sounds boring, but it's powerful. Set timers, turn off notifications, work in focused sprints, take breaks between tasks. You'll get more done, feel less exhausted, and actually remember what you worked on. Multitasking makes you feel busy, but monotasking makes you effective. And in a world obsessed with doing everything, doing one thing well might be your brain's secret weapon. So, next time you catch yourself juggling 5 tabs, 3 conversations, and a podcast in the background, remember this. You're not multitasking. You're just switching badly. Want to be more productive, less stressed, and scientifically smarter? Do one thing at a time. Your brain will thank you. If you found this helpful, or if you're secretly trying to quit multitasking, hit that like button, subscribe for more brain-friendly content, and share this with your favorite overachiever. Thanks for watching.